Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a first look on the Panasonic S9. This camera is pretty cool. However, I'm not so cool because I don't have the physical camera. Anyway, this camera is geared towards advanced beginners looking to elevate their content creation game or existing users that looking for a more portable setup. Just to clarify if it's not obvious, this is not a sponsored video. These impressions are based on other reviews and my own research into the specifications of this camera. Many people compare the Panasonic S9 to the Fujifilm X100 and Sony A7C series cameras, but that's not quite accurate. If we're going to compare it to anything, it should be to vlog cameras like the Sony Z-V or Nikon Z30. This camera is quite niche and serves its target audience quite well, but it's somewhat limited if you are into still photography or high-end content creation. One major limitation for its audience is the recording time restrictions, which is 20 minutes for 1080p, 4K 15 minutes, 6K 10 minutes. This isn't great for 2024 and wouldn't work for the type of content I create here on my YouTube channel without some compromises. So who is this camera really for? It's not ideal if you have a vlog, running around and filming yourself longer times, or doing YouTube videos where you often record for like 15 minutes or longer. This makes the camera more targeted towards short-form content creators. Due to these limits, the flexibility of the camera is quite restricted. It's a shame, because it could have worked very well as my top-down camera or even as my main camera. Continuing, however, with the negatives before we get into the good stuff. The camera offers 6K open gate in a 3x2 format, which is good. And it has 10-bit color depth, which is also good. But the chroma subsampling is only 420. It's advocate, but a strange choice for 2024. I don't think this will be an issue, however, for the target audience, but it does limit the camera outside of its intended use. There's also no headphone jack, and HDMI and USB-C ports are on the right side of the camera. If you use the camera with a monitor or USB-C power delivery, the cables could get in the way where you want to hold the camera. Again, probably not an issue for the intended audience, but it could be a problem for more advanced uses. The layout of the camera isn't entirely optimal. There's no joystick on the back, but the touch functionality is pretty good on Panasonic cameras, so that kind of makes up for it. For stills, however, the camera is okay, but not exceptional. It only has an electronic shutter with a sensor readout that isn't the fastest. Therefore, RAW files are limited to 12-bit colors. Where most cameras on the market since many years ago have 14 bits, and forget about using like flash photography. However, the image quality are fine for social media, but might feel limited otherwise. The camera also comes with a new 28mm lens that has a fixed aperture of f8, and that's the only aperture, f8, and it's a manual focus. This lens doesn't make sense for the target audience. It could have been a good street photography lens if it had a focus scale for zone focusing. I mean, pancakes like 24mm, 40mm for full frame with autofocus and a 2.8 aperture have been made before, and this would make much more sense for a camera system like this. My take is that this lens was make more of a marketing piece designed to look cool in promotional materials rather than being a practical lens. At $200, it's more of a premium body cap lens than anything else. Now, let's talk about what Panasonic did right. First and foremost, it's A small, affordable, full-frame camera. That's nice. Panasonic is also leading in the IBIS game, and the in-body image stabilization in the S9 are very good, at least what I have seen on the example footage, but also due to my prior experience with Panasonic cameras. Another thing that has to be stated here is that Panasonic has focused a lot on LUTs, look-up tables. This feels like an attempt to capture some of Fujifilm's market shares, who have their film simulation. The camera allowed the users to save up to 39 different LUTs. And there's also an app where you can create and download LUTs and share them with the society. My experience, however, with LUTs are they work pretty well in a specific lighting conditions where they were designed to work, but can be a little bit limited compared to Fujifilm's simulation, which tends to be more versatile across different shooting environments. So it's a good thing that we have 39 slots for LUTs, because it gives users plenty of options to adapt to different situations, which I think they would have to do. Overall, however, it's a nice camera for a niche market. It's not a replacement for the X100 or Sony A7C series camera. It's a vlog camera similar to the Sony ZV, but more limited. While the ZV series fits all genres of content creation and can even perform okay in some professional gigs, the S9 would require so many compromises that I would prefer to use another camera. Once again, though, this is a tool for creating short-form content as I see it. But what Panasonic might have created here could be the beginning of something new. Let's hope that they follow up this camera with some more photocentric cameras that are inspired by the existing Micro Four Thirds cameras that has like dials and things like for shutter and are pretty good looking. And I also hope they will create some new lenses that would match the size and the look with aperture rings and all that things. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, I would appreciate if you subscribe. If you want to see more content, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.